So this is the first time of a 6-module training about one-stop shops because it's a very complex issue. So we think that to understand it in depth, it's useful to discuss 6 issues about one-stop shops. The first one is now, this is the introduction, barriers of renovations, benefits of one-stop shops, and types of one-stop shops. In a week, there will be another presentation from András about the services provided by one-stop shops, about the stakeholders, types of OSS, and good national examples. These are Western European examples. And in 2 weeks, there will be a presentation and discussion about marketing, digital tools, and data management. Then comes, sorry, it's not the 4th of July, but it's 14th of July, financing, business models, setting up an OSS legal form, and a good example, hopefully, from Lithuania. So it's not from Western Europe, but from Central Eastern Europe. And we decided that the last 2 occasion will be during the study tour. So if you could come to Budapest, you can listen to this presentation in person, but it will be it could be follow online as well. So if somebody could not come to Budapest, then can finalize the OSS training. And some details about Energiaklub and this project. Energiaklub was founded 30 years ago. It's an independent non-profit non-governmental organization. Our main focus is renewable resources, energy efficiency, climate protection, green transition, and energy policy. And we make researches, trainings, awareness raising campaign, communication, climate and energy strategies, as well for municipalities and international projects. The RenovAID project is financed by the German ministry. It's an EU key project. The start was at the end of 2023, and the end of the project will be in October this year. 5 consortium partners developed this project. The consortium, the lead is Wise Europe, a Polish organization. Then comes Energiaklub, Miller Contact from Albania, and In-Depth and BGF from Kosovo. And we support Kosovo and Albania in energy efficiency policies and good examples. And our tasks, the Energiaklub tasks, are developing or supporting in developing a good energy performance certificate system, and supporting in setting up a one-stop shop. We have written a handbook about a good EPC system, about the EU requirements, about the good examples and recommendations for Albania and Kosovo. And we have written a handbook about one-stop shops. But we think that that a training could be, or a series of training could be a better channel for transforming information and knowledge about this issue, because you could ask questions and maybe uh, experience more or in detailed way what is a one-stop shop and why is it beneficial. And the relevant Energiaklub project was called EPC and RenoHub. These were live projects. Code EPC was about developing a good energy performance certificate system, and RenoHub was the aim of RenoHub project was to establish the first Hungarian one-stop shop. And we had a lot of results in this project. We made a survey about motivations of homeowners why they renovate and barriers of renovations why they not renovate. We made a very interesting property value research. How much will it increase the property value when it is renovated? We developed the Renopont brand. We developed a very detailed website with technical, financial, and administrative information about renovations. We established 8 physical offices where the homeowners could consult with the Renopont consultant. We made a training for Renopont consultants and the training materials, and we trained the professionals as well, because it's a very crucial part that the OSS should recommend qualified and skilled professionals. And we made some pilot projects as well. And what is the European Union situation about renovations? Buildings are responsible for 40% of energy and 36% of GHG emissions. The aim is for 2030 to the reduction of emission by 55%. It's a very ambitious goal, but it's necessary to reach the aim of 2050, the climate neutrality. And because buildings are a very crucial part of the energy consumption and CO2 emissions, it's necessary to double the renovation rate in the EU. It is now, I would say it's now 1%, the deep renovation rate, or below 1%, but it should increase by 100%, so minimum 2 or 3%. It's necessary to reach this rate. 70% of the EU population is homeowners, 30% renters, but in Hungary and in Albania and in Kosovo, the rate is much worse, or I don't know how to say it. So it's 95% homeowners, which means that about the renovations, the decision are made by non-professional homeowners who hasn't got enough and information, insufficient information. They are unskilled, so they are not technical experts. They haven't got knowledge, information, skills for renovation, and they have no time to manage these energy renovation projects, which could be very complex. In the EU, there were a lot of awareness raising campaign for new buildings. There are a lot of mandatory requirements. There's a lot of public subsidies and low interest loans, but they experience that it's not enough to double the renovation rate. We need one-stop shops which could give the capacity of homeowners to cope with this complexity of energy renovation. And in Europe, more than 100 one-stop shops are working. And this is the collection of barriers in Hungary, but I think it's very same in Europe and everywhere. So there's a general fear of the process because it's a very complex process. It takes a lot of time, energy, and a lot of money, and a lot of hassle. So it's really not easy. Then there's a lot of doubts, unknown advantages. So most of the people don't know what will be the exact positive result, how much energy they will save, how much money they will save, how much money will cost the whole uh, investment. So a lot of questions and not too much answers. Uh, in a lot of uh, country, there's no subsidy or not for all building types. Or, for example, in Hungary, it's completely unpredictable. So sometimes there is some subsidy for family houses, sometimes nothing. But so it's not easy, and sometimes there's some subsidy, but it's very bureaucratic, the application. So it's really not easy to cope with this problem, and and the homeowners could feel that uh, they lose the control about the whole process because they don't even know the exact details. So the renovation could easily turn to chaos, and everybody could hear bad examples about renovations. And of course, most of the homeowners hasn't got enough experience and expertise about retrofitting, and I would say it, in most countries they don't trust the installers and professionals because not all installers are good qualified. Uh, so these are the barriers, but the good news is that there's a solution. Solution could be this one-stop shop concept. This is an answer to chicken and egg problem because there's not enough demand for energy retrofitting because of these barriers. But that's why, because there's not enough demand, there's not enough qualified offers, so not enough qualified professionals. So that's why could could play a crucial role the one-stop shops. They because they could boost the demand and then train the professionals. So that's why the one-stop shops could increase the renovation market. And what is one-stop shop? One-stop shop is one place where technical, financial, and administrative information are provided about renovation, not just information, but services. They support the whole renovation process, stimulate investments, combines multiple services in one umbrella, and connects the demand side with qualified experts and contractors. The European directive, the Energy Performance Buildings Directive, doesn't gives a definition about one-stop shops, but one-stop shops, we would say that it's a virtual or physical place. It's much better to a physical place. Where stakeholders, so homeowners, SMEs, and public bodies are supported in all questions of renovation and implementation stages of energy renovation projects. So the main thing is to have one place for all the questions. This is a picture about the traditional versus one-stop shop model. So traditionally, the homeowner should contact separately all stakeholders, the energy auditor, the designer, the contractors, the bank, so she or he should apply for the subsidy. So it's really a very complex process, and sometimes these stakeholders don't say the same information. And the one-stop shop model says that the client, the homeowners, contact only one single point. This is the one-stop shop. In an ideal way, the OSS is connected with the financial institution, and the OSS can support the tender writing, the subsidy application, and then this OSS contact point connects the energy auditors, the designers, the contractors, the suppliers, and provide the quality assurance as well. And here is what are the main objectives and services of one-stop shop. It simplifies and speed up building renovation process, improve the average depth of renovation, because a lot of homeowners are willing to make one renovation measure, for example, to change the windows or to renovate the heating system, because then they have to contact only one contractor, and maybe they don't need any energy auditor or designer or something like that. But if they want to make a deep renovation, which means that a complex renovation, so with isolation, with window changing and heating retrofitting, it's really complex, and they don't dare to make it alone. So one-stop shops could improve the depth of renovation. They can disseminate information. They can rationalize access to financial support if there are more subsidies and subsidized loans, and maybe alternative financial solutions such as ESCO models or on energy efficiency obligation scheme, then they can optimize these financial opportunities. They can clarify liabilities and securing trust. They could pool the skills and aggregate small-scale investment. It's important for financial institutions because financial institutions don't like small-scale investment. So banks usually prefer who buy flat and not renovate it because buying flat is much easier and it's much or more not so cheap. So it's an increased amount of money or amount of loan. But the one-stop shops could aggregate these small renovation investments. And these are the not detailed, but these are the main services. So information and marketing for renovation, independent advice, simplified diagnosis and recommendations. So mostly the homeowners haven't got a clue what to do, which energy renovation measures could be beneficial for them, how much energy saving rate could they reach, how much money will the whole investment cost, what kind of subsidies or loans could be reached. So these simplified diagnosis could give the one-stop shop. Then if a one-stop shop gives this service, then the project design could make it and could help in select of companies, contractors, and maybe in some cases one-stop shops could suggest financing solutions. For example, in France, they could give subsidized loans for a very long period. But mostly these one-stop shops are in connection with commercial banks as well. And so there are a lot of one-stop shops. It depends on the services, what they can provide, what kind of types are they. So the first step, I would say, it's the advice model, when one-stop shop focuses only the beginning of the customer journey. So it provides information and initial advice without going into details. So they make a lot of awareness raising campaign, marketing activities, and then mostly free advice for homeowners about this simplified diagnosis and recommendations. And in some cases, they recommend some professionals, for example, some energy advisors or contractors. So these initial steps, these one-stop shops in advice model could ease these first steps of the renovation, but they don't go further. The next one, the support model, they help to plan the whole project. So they have energy advisors, and they could go to insight and assess this the situation of the home, and make they make tender writing and suggest professionals, and in some cases they control the quality of the work as well. So it's a much more detailed support for homeowners. And the most developed model is the all-inclusive or implementation model, where the one-stop shops carries out the whole modernization works. But in this case, the one-stop shop has an economic interest in the implementation. So it's uh, not totally independent anymore, but they make a turnkey retrofit, we could say. And what are the EU requirements about one-stop shops? The European Union member states are obliged from this year to set up a one-stop shop network for household, for small and medium enterprises, and for public bodies. They have to provide a holistic support to all household, but they have to focus on energy poor household and on worst performing buildings. And the one-stop shop should provide uh, information about qualified and skilled energy efficiency professionals. They have to collect typology aggregated data from energy efficiency project. They have to connect potential projects with market players, and they have to focus on energy poor household as well. And member states should set up a one-stop shop per region. If in high population density areas, one-stop shop should established per 80,000 inhabitants, and they should establish one-stop shops in specific areas where, for example, the buildings are very old, or there are a lot of energy poor households. And now comes the motivations. So I said why the homeowners don't renovate, but here are motivation. How could they uh, so how could a one-stop shop boost the renovation? In Hungary, it's the short-term gains, while in Hungary the energy prices are very much subsidized. That's why not the first motivator is the energy saving and saving in energy costs, but maybe in Western Europe or in Albania and Kosovo, that could be the first motivator, the immediate drop in utility cost. But the second will be the comfort. So after a renovation, the building will be warmer, cozier, uh, and uh, and and more beautiful as well. It's as well a motivation. And another motivator is the pressure to renovate when the building is very outdated, very dangerous, unreliable. The the heating uh, doesn't work anymore. So then it is a must and not an opportunity. The financial boost can be as well a motivator if there's some subsidy for renovation or or saving which should be spent. That could be as well a motivator. the control, the safety, and the health is as well, but not so strong motivator. But there will be, so after insulation, there will be no drought and mold, no asthma. So that could be as well important. But being green in Hungary uh, is not so important. But maybe there are some homeowners where this aspect would be important as well. And property value research, I would say it is uh, it's really important. So with statistical methods, we uh, we so our research uh, said that if you renovate your house from a very poor condition to a very modern condition, then the property value could increase by more than 50%. So it's really a big increase. So I would say it's really a good motivator, even in Hungary, where the energy prices are subsidized. And then uh, maybe I didn't say, but one stop shop has a working cost. So firstly, somebody maybe mostly the cities or the regions, the municipality of local municipalities uh, should finance these one-stop shops. And here we collected the benefits of setting up an OSS. Why is it beneficial for a local municipality to set up a one-stop shop? Firstly, they support their citizens in renovation project process. Uh, so these one-stop shops makes home renovation simple and reduces the risk of not achieving the energy savings. Then one-stop shops makes home renovation trustful. Most homeowners trust their local governance. So when their local municipality says that this OSS helps you, they trust this process much more. Uh, then one-stop shops could make the home renovation project accessible to all incomes, so even for energy poor households, if if there are some subsidy for energy poor households, and then one-stop shops could support them in administrative process and of course technical and financial process and mainly in social aspects as well. And the one-stop shops increases the market value of renovated buildings. So this is the first bunch of aspects. The second one, that if a local municipality establishes a one-stop shops, they boost their local economic growth because one-stop shops generates local renovation investment. For example, in Vilnius, hopefully in the middle of July, we could listen to a presentation from Vilnius One Stop Shop. So they renovated 150 multi-apartment buildings by the support of the uh, local one-stop shops. So it's really a high number. Then one-stop shops creates new local jobs and help for local companies. One-stop shops improves people's health, well-being, and safety, and reduces energy poverty. One-stop shops could make the local government administration more efficient, because one-stop shops are a very small organization within the municipality, and they are usually much efficient and not so bureaucratic as the whole municipality could be. And one-stop shop could reduce the local municipality future expenses, such as healthcare and energy costs. And the third bunch of aspects or of benefits are to implement local policies complying with the EU and national energy and climate goals. Albania, and I would say Kosovo as well, aims at zero emission building stock by 2050. The cities have to reduce their GHG emissions from residential buildings. The EU member states have to increase the average energy performance of residential building stock by 22% by 2035. So it's a obligatory target. In the EU, the fossil fuels boilers are being phased out from this year. So it couldn't be subsidized from EU subsidies. And the European Union would like to start the emission trading system too, where households and companies, so the prices of gas and oil will be increased to decrease the CO2 emissions from the households and companies. And yeah, and EU member states have to set up one-stop shops, as the EPBD says. So these are the EU requirements which the local governments have to set.